Hello everybody, welcome back, and we've got another Fury of Dracula video for you. This one is a post-match analysis of another live stream from Strider656. I didn't realize that Strider was playing today. This is recorded. When you see this, this was recorded last Saturday, and I was busy with 2 matches of my own, and I just got a message from Strider, just basically saying, "I've just played a match, I played badly," and then there's something about combat that was going on. I was like, "Oh right, okay, let's check this out, and let's just see what's been happening." He's playing Pizzawizard, so Strider's playing as Dracula, and we got Pizzawizard playing as the Hunters. I haven't seen Pizzawizard play for quite a while. Actually, we need to really play a match of Pizzawizard at some point. But anyway, so let's just get going, and let's see what happens. Hopefully the sound is going to be good enough.
Alright, here we go. Let's see if he's ready. He's going to say I'm in. I'm playing as Dracula. I'm excited to play again. So hopefully this game goes well. My goal is to get 1 win this tournament. If I don't, yeah, it's alright. But we'll see. So,
it's going to start shortly.
I'm just going to get my notes ready. I have to go on to my other Chrome here. Hold on. We're starting the game. Crud. Chrome. Strider. Get my Fury of Dracula notes ready.
That's good, keeping track of notes during the game is always good.
If I have the wrong one. My reference sheet. I do take notes.
Alright, okay, classic. Right. Scot-sword set up by Pizzawizard.
Actually, I'm going to start in Galatz. Actually, I'm going to start right here. And I'll do a lap around Castle Dracula.
Oh, okay, so that is already a really ballsy start. Because you've got Beta right beside you. If they psychic scan during the night,
if they scan, I'll be shocked.
Yeah.
So.
But there's a good chance they won't scan because Dracula never starts next in the same region where you got 2 hunters where one of them's Mina, right? And also they're going to be prioritizing horse economy, so you might actually get away with this.
This is an idea that I had. I want to try it out.
I've done it a few times. I've never done it in competitive. I've done it in friendly matches. It can work. And you go to Galatz, and then you...
has first week.
Yeah, because then often they will pick Bucharest as a hired scouts location, so you're not going to get found for a little bit. If you do get scanned, then that's pretty unlucky. But, you know, that's part of the game, right?
Oh, of course. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? What's the other thing? Newspaper reports. Okay.
Whoa. Oh, that's an amazing start for Pizzawizard. Amazing start. Yeah, got away with it. Didn't scan. Ah, you see? Especially if you got all the horses. Oh, you got loads of vampires.
Ooh, a nice starting hand. Put a reckless down.
Ah, another one. Bloody hell. All the vampires you'll ever need.
I'll misdirect tomorrow night, then I'll go back to Klausenberg and do some laps around the east.
Oh wow. Okay. I mean, fair enough. If you pull this off and you don't get scanned while you're in Klausenberg, then fair enough. That's definitely a ballsy strat. I kind of like that.
I wonder if it was ever started in Castle Dracula.
The fact that it has the different back to the card, it'd make no sense at all to start Castle Dracula, sadly.
Okay. And the first week is pretty boring. I think I'm not a huge fan of my start where I am, but I'm trying something different. My goal today is not to give up early and just to believe in myself, even if I get caught in week 1.
Mm-hmm. That's the game I posted. Actually, both games I posted up today. When I was playing as Dracula against Renfield and Zolt. I did a similar strategy. I started in the slightly differently though, and especially on with the game with Renfield, I got found really early. So it's not doom and gloom, and I think it's like it all depends on how you move. But when you're in the east, you are you got two hunters beside you, which is really awkward. So the things are unlikely to mature unless they get no newspaper, but they've already got a newspaper. They got no movement, but you're going to drag these two over, which means you can maybe sneak past and wolf form into the center of the map while Seward and Van Helsing are still getting set up. You could also, depending on how the hunter player plays, that they might end up overcommitting into the east, and then you can escape by sea and then get off. You can leave via Marseille or something. So I don't mind the eastern start. I think also it's really, unless they've got fast horses already set up and good to go, it's really hard to navigate around. And normally against inexperienced hunters, I often go into the east just because I find I can manipulate them into positions where they take bad fights or they're not supplying enough. But then sometimes it doesn't work out that way. One bad combat and then you're stuck in the east, and even if you're trying to escape even via the Ionian or worse the Black Sea, you can take a lot of damage doing that. So it can end up not working out. It just depends. It all depends on the day. So yeah, it's good to mix it up though. Sometimes start in the east,
Correct.
sometimes start in Italy, sometimes start in Amsterdam, start central. Just be different, so the hunters don't really know where you are.
And I'll move right back to it.
Okay, so this is very risky if they scan.
I think I'll put a bunch of vampires in the way. What's a saboteur do as delay?
Yeah.
Yeah, it might actually be good. Actually, let me put a new vampire here. Then I'm gonna put a saboteur. I'm gonna hide and put a saboteur.
Whoa. Okay, you're really banking on the fact they're not gonna scan. I mean, there's a good chance they don't scan, to be honest. But
we'll see if he does a scan tonight. If he does, I'm kind of boned.
yeah. There's still a good chance he doesn't because he's gonna have to be fixing horse economy. But then if Mina has magically got like 2 white ones already, that's
a guesses across the ocean. There's no way he's gonna guess where I am. He's gonna guess the exterior points.
Might guess Galat's highly unlikely to guess.
Like run for those cities that he picks.
That's what I do sometimes. If a hunter picks a city with high scores that I'm close to, I often go there then later. Might pick the Galatz because Galatz is a bit awkward. Oh, I could pick Valona.
Nantes and Valona. Oh, I have to change my map because people get mad when they watch.
Yep. I didn't say anything.
We have a newspaper reports. There we go.
Yay.
That would be better for people.
Thank you.
Let's see if he does. If he does indeed do a scan.
Might well do, depending on how many white ones.
Kind of nervous.
I wouldn't hide. That's just asking for trouble.
We'll see. Uh-oh.
Nope. Nope.
Oh,
that's a ticket thing.
Yeah, you get your tickets.
I wouldn't hide. Just go to Bucharest.
One more night.
Oh, I wouldn't do that.
I'll hide.
I mean, it's a ballsy strategy, so I mean, I respect it, but.
Here.
Oh, wow. Okay.
There we go.
Yeah, that's good, because then even if they stake that vampire. Yep.
And then I'm going to go down to 50.
Okay. Yeah, it's good to have a plan for a couple of turns, but then if the hunters move in a different way, you have to be willing to adapt that plan. He's
going to find me in 2 nights.
Yeah.
For sure.
The cool thing is because you've done the hide later.
Discard pile out.
Or stake. Okay, that's pretty important.
Doggos. Uh-oh. What is it?
Nah, it's time to choose which one to discard. The cool thing with this is because the hide is on the second encounter, it means when newspaper flips, Pizzawizard isn't going to know that there's a hide card. The problem with this is, though, if he does jump onto Klausenberg, the Saboteur basically does nothing because it stops him from doing a night action, and normally night actions aren't as valuable. You want Saboteurs, unless it's guarding the first encounter, you normally want them as a standalone thing. Because if the hunter searches them at night, then they're delayed during the day. Whereas in this situation, you're only going to ambush with the hide card, unless you just leave it and wait for him to come back. The cool thing with this though is if they do stake that first reckless, they got a new vampire behind it, and new vampires are really, 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 really annoying to kill. So you might get 3 points out of it, which is pretty cool.
Still the fast horses being shown. 2 pistols are gone. So we got rid of a stake. Interesting. Probably has rifle and knives.
Oh, sorry. That yawn is purely the result of a really stressful week and the fact I've played 5 hours of Fear of Dracula already today.
Will she scan?
Nope. You got away with it.
Nope.
Whoa.
Shield.
That is really fortunate. I mean, fair enough though.
Getting out of here.
And if you put bats into Bucharest, you're just going to delay them so much. It's going to be so awkward for them to get to that rumor token.
Bats down here.
Good. Yep. Yeah, I like it. They're going to be.
Getting a lot of vampires early.
They're going to be so delayed trying to get to that. It's going to be so awkward. They're going to have to fight through one vampire, or they go via Bucharest, which they might do because of the train line. The thing is that they might train line to 53 and then just straight to Galat. So bats are good though. Bats are good. And if they don't protect the vampire, they'll help you later. Bats are just always going to be good. Because they're going to have to go to Bucharest to resupply.
Take the discard pile again.
Either way, you can do it during the night phase.
I would laugh if Pizzawizard scanned now.
Yeah. I mean, you probably will, honestly. There's an argument to it, right? That Dracula would never go into Austro-Hungary when there are 2 hunters sitting there, but that's why it's clever. If it works, it works.
I'm tempted to move to 50, then 49, and then wolf form to 57.
You can wolf form from 59 to 57. You need to wolf form from 59. Oh, 2 stakes. Ooh.
No pistols to worry about.
Wow. Okay, you could actually really cause a huge amount of trouble for the hunters here if you put down lots of vampires in the east. Yeah. You could put another one down now in Sofia, and then put down another one in Sarajevo. They're gonna really struggle to clear all these.
So yeah, we'll see what happens here. I mean, I have a false sense of security right now, but tomorrow he's gonna know exactly what this is.
Yeah, but that's okay. That happens anyway.
He'll be able to get to it by going. If he has fast horses, he does 1, 2, 3. But I have some gifts along the way.
Yep.
So I'm going 50 now. It's my plan.
Yep. Sounds good. I put out another vampire. Maybe the aristocratic.
I'm gonna throw another. I'm gonna throw another vampire down.
Reckless. Yeah. I mean that's fine too.
Okay. And now he'll know.
But then
Here we go. Comes newspaper reports. Yep. Now you know.
But Peter doesn't know there's a hide there yet.
Are you gonna try to go to Galatz to clear it?
No, Mina's probably gonna go. She's got horses.
Let's see. 1 dog, 2 dogs. All the pistols. Holy bullets. Okay. Now my plan next is 49.
Yeah, that sounds alright. Because they're gonna,
Here comes.
because someone's got to move up this way, right? You do have to be careful
And then
about
I'm gonna
sewage.
go, oh, he's wasting excellent weather now. Okay, good.
Yeah, I'm now of the opinion that you shouldn't be using excellent weather like that, but there might be a
Surprised she's not fast horsing.
I have a sense of emergency.
Escape route. Okay. Good to know she has that.
Oh, might have chartered
I'll
carriage.
give you a sense of emergency tomorrow.
Yeah, or chartered carriage.
I'm going to 49 next.
Yeah, that sounds good. So you've got options then, because then if this passage gets blocked really quickly, instead of going this way, you can then backtrack down here, and then I know you have to go to sea, but still, you're going to leave them a lot of stuff to deal with. You could really limit this with lots of vampires, and that was going to cause a lot of issues for them, and you can escape, do other stuff. Just be careful, if you do use a lot of vampires early, then obviously you're not going to have them for late games, so it's all about that balancing act. Sorry, suppressing yawns. Do you use a lot of the vampires early to force them under pressure, or do you put down lots of other really annoying encounters? So the hunters are holding onto stakes, but then there's no vampires for them to deal with. But the fact you've seen 2 stakes in the discard pile, I think throwing down vampires is a really good idea here.
And then to 38.
Yeah, that might get blocked up. You just
I
gotta be a
might
little bit
slow
careful.
walk. We'll see. I could also just go south here and hang out in the boot.
Just mosey down to Greece for a bit, yeah.
I think 49 is a choke point for consecrated ground, so you have to be really careful of that.
2, 3, 4. You can't die from it, so it's actually fine. And if you first consecrate ground that early, that's really good for you because he's now used it.
I'll go with my plan. I'll put a vampire over me.
Yep, and you could maybe put the hooks down
put
next.
Wolves
Ooh.
over me.
That's interesting, actually. There's a few different options here. I can understand why you're putting down a vampire, because you're trying to put down as many as you can. Wolves could give you a lot of info. And there's no harm. You've got 2 of them. Keep 1 for a lair. You use 1 on the trail. You could also, if you think they're unlikely to horse onto you, then you could maybe throw down the hooks. A few different options. Yeah, I respect. I understand why you put wolves there. Yeah, I get it. I might have done the same thing. Depends on the day. I think Mina's going to charter carriage.
If he scans, I'm kind of a jackass.
But then means he would have stayed in place, and it means then you get 7 points from the vampire. So I wait a good fear.
Maybe he'll let it mature.
No, charter carriage. Now here's the question: do you think he's got a stake? Are you going to ambush him or not? That's the question. That's the big question. Are you going to ambush him? Do you think he has a stake?
If I ambush, let's see.
I don't think Gadami would be running here with charge carriage unless he has a stake. I think you ambush and try and get 1 point from the Fang attack. Although, if he doesn't have a stake, if you go into the combat screen and see that he doesn't have a stake, then you can change your strategy and don't even bother trying to Fang him and just trying to just survive and then get out. Round 4.
Okay. Should I?
Ooh, or you can bait him into a knife fight, but then you'd feel really bad if you don't ambush and he has a stake.
Yeah, I'll ambush.
Try it. Let's see, you get info from it. So if I look at the combat information screen immediately.
Get a mature. Oh well. Let's see how he fights. I know he doesn't have a pistol.
Check the you need to check the combat information screen because it'll tell you a lot of information. He got double fangs. You may as well just play one fangs. So you get at least 1 point out of this. Oh, okay. Alright, that works too.
Oh, he doesn't have. He has stakes. He has nothing.
Yeah, he has one combat
I'll
item.
probably dodge here. I'm gonna plot if I have it. Yeah, plotting.
No, I would probably fang because he'll feel really bad if he punches into your fangs. Yeah, he could have got like.
Good for him.
Yeah, the problem is now if he has a knife as a combat item, then he can just try and kill you now.
We'll probably try to escape again.
Yeah, at least you can fang him this time, but there's a risk that he might. Oh, well, that works too. If you got a second mesmerize, yeah, go for it. I probably would have fanged round 2. The fact you got 2 of them.
Oh,
wow. Whoa, that was close. Yeah, that's why. I mean, if you'd fanged.
So the Dalming has a knife.
If you fanged round 2, the result would have been the same. He might have still tried to knife you because the punch would have triggered afterwards. But you would have had the mesmerize, plus then you'd have got something else. Yeah, just fang him now. Yeah, go for it. Fang him. Yep.
Gonna fang him twice.
Depends on what he does now. Escapes? Yeah, he's gonna stake you. But you got a point out of it, which is good. And that's a really critical point because the one that means you don't have to move an extra day.
Oh, because it's not night, it doesn't kill. Doesn't count as an official bite.
Yeah.
He definitely has a stake, but he has a knife.
Yep. Checking is that.
Okay, write that down. Godalming has a knife.
Yeah, important to know. And the thing is, he's going to go to resupply in Bucharest, and you can just bat him away. And then he's going to be stuck in Galat with. You can layer it with something, so he takes even more damage. Then he's stuck there.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, so he stakes that. How's he going to kill the new vampire? So I wouldn't ambush if he goes onto the new vampire. But that's right. He's got. What's his other combat item then? Oh, it's not even a combat item.
It's not worth.
Knife, stake, and dogs maybe. You might have dogs.
We'll be staking him tonight. It's not even a question. Let's see.
Yeah, he would have. Unless he's got double stake, but I doubt it.
At least I got my 1 point.
Yep. No. I mean that. Yeah, obviously it could be better, but that could have gone way worse if it just died without using the stake. So yeah, that's perfect. And now he's got a 3-point new vampire behind it. He's got to deal with. And he does actually know where it is. Is it Klausenberg or Bucharest? He hasn't worked it out yet. He doesn't know it. So you might get lucky.
I'm gonna make number 10 a lair. Oh, it doesn't matter because this is gonna mature and get rid of it. I'll make Galat's a lair and put some crap down.
Yep, that's good.
That sounds like he's giving him. He might be giving him. Whatever it's called. I did hide. Okay.
The wax cylinders thing. No, because the fact they're in the same city, I've got a sneaky suspicion. Unless did they trade? What did Seward do? What does Seward do? How did I miss Seward's action? What are you doing? Alright, so because Seward did that, I think what Van Helsing's done is traded, because they're in the same city, I think Van Helsing traded items and not events.
I think I'm going to make number 10 a lair.
So that's not wax cylinders.
Oh, it doesn't matter because this is going to mature and get rid of it. I'll make Galat's a lair and put some crap down.
You can put the second wolves in there.
That sounds like he's giving him, he might be giving him, whatever it's called. I didn't hide.
Now
Okay.
the thing is, because Mina has
Alright,
escape
I'm gonna
route,
slow walk then.
the thing you got to be careful with here is because Mina has escape route, so you cannot get her into a bad situation here. What you want by going close to a hunter is for two things: either to kill them, or to try to force an escape as bat, and then you can move further across the map. Because Mina has an escape route, you're not going to be able to achieve either of those things against her. So just be aware of that. If the whole point, if you're moving like this, is your intention is then to wolf form, then that's fine. But just be aware that Mina could just completely fold this by moving in, and she'll just escape route, and then what are you going to do? And then they know exactly where you are, they can move closer to sort of cut all this off. So you just got to be a little bit careful. Just be careful. But yeah, from 49 you got a few different options. Do you risk going to 59? Oh, it's a tough choice. Don't know. I don't know what I would be doing in this situation. I might have gone a slightly different route. I think I would have gone to 6 from 10, and that gives me then an extra space. I can go 49, then back to 50, or I can go 6 to 50 directly. The fact you got Sophia on the trail, having Sophia here is blocking off potential of going to here, unless you go from 55 to 46 when you're having to go back to C then. If 50 was on the trail, you go 6, 50, then you can go 46, 55, 49 and go up this way. Or you can go the opposite way, 49, 55, 50, 46. You got lots more stuff on the trail. Having 50 there's kind of restricting things. But if you want to be brave and go to 59 in the hopes...
Let me just check my stuff. So that'll mature.
Probably mature.
Saboteur 1. Go to the bats.
But that's fine.
Alright.
Yeah. That's a shame. That's a real shame. But it is what it is. You'll take 3 points over it, so it's fine.
Put another vampire down?
Yeah, because obviously you're not affecting Mina with it.
Yeah, vampire's good.
Vampire's alright. Oh, you got Jonathan Harker. Fuck. I missed that. Oh shit, so it's not 50-50 choice now. Oh. Interesting.
I will promote Galots to a lair.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Good.
And just chuck like marble wolves. Wolves probably.
Crap on Galots. I'll put a mob down. What do wolves do? Mob. You can search it.
That's right. You got rid of a mob and you got one back, so that's fine.
Please search there by accident. I would laugh.
Or he might go to Bucharest and then. Ooh.
We're going to 38 next. If he draws local rumors, I'm kind of boned.
She might move because she has escape route. Ooh, I think he's got dogs. I think he has dogs, you know. Don't ambush, don't ambush. He has no stake. Either that or he's going to be delayed. Either way, he can't have a stake and dogs. Okay, that's cool. Right, he can't search it. That's perfect. That's perfect. Nope, because he has a knife. He doesn't have a weapon. So he has something else. What the hell does he have? What's his other thing? Maybe he has fast horses, but he didn't want to go. He just wanted to use chartered carriage to get there. Ah. It's worth a go. Now the problem is, because maybe it was bats, and maybe Mina could get there, but now it's Saboteur, she can't get there. Well, she can, but then she's like going to be doing nothing. Ooh, you're going out the top way. Ooh, that's interesting. Yeah, I had a hunter do that to me today, actually. I don't like. I prefer moving to Milan.
Mina might go deal with it. I have to get out of this area, so I'm going to 38 next.
Yeah, and then you can wolf form. Van Helsing should move here.
Nah, wolf forming isn't worth it.
Van Helsing must move here because you've got Sword coming in from the top and Van Helsing coming to. But if Van Helsing comes on the top as well, it's left all of this open space for you. I know it's on a rail line, but still you can work around that. So yeah, I expect, or what I think is going to happen here, from a hunter's perspective, is he's going to be really scared that you are coming here to try and wolf form past. So he's going to get here with Mina to find that out, and then we'll just escape route out of your combat. I just won't care about the vampire, they'll deal with it later. So yeah, that's something you've got to be aware of. I expect Pizzawizard to move to 59 here with Mina. Yep, and he's now covering both sides. You can get past, but
Ooh.
It's tricky.
I no longer know about 38.
Oh, got hard scouts. Yikes, that's even... Well, depends. Okay. Yeah. It's so dangerous. It's so dangerous for Dracula to get past, and with the amount of spaces you've moved, that's the first thing that's going to be instantly in the hunter's mind.
55 and go to C.
Yep. Yep, that's okay. Yep. You're going to get 3 points from this though, which so you could be up to 4 already. So that's a pretty good start. Do you want to move to 49 or do you want to wolf form? You could, honestly, wolf forming's not a bad thing because the hunter's now going to be a bit worried, like, have you actually gone west or have you gone down? And if you can stay around here for a bit, and obviously when Klausenberg matures, Sophia will fall off the trail. So you could do some stuff where you go to 50 and then go to 46, or you just go to 46 and then hide. If you delay going to see a couple of turns, the hunters are going to have to waste time trying to find you here. So actually wolf forming is still pretty good for you. Either that or you can maybe try to be sneaky and go to 57, hoping they're going to check other places, and then you sneak down this way or sneak into Genoa. But it's on a rail line, it's very easy for one of them just to check it. So I probably wouldn't do that. But it's something that could be done. I would wolf form here.
Tempted to go to Strasbourg, but I could get jumped on.
Yeah, you need to wolf form. You need to wolf form to 41. You'd have to get to Nuremberg and then go to Strasbourg, and it's a place that the Huns are gonna. I mean, Surge can just rail there very easily. I think you going down this way is good. It's annoying that you're having to go to sea and you're going to have your wolf form on the trail, but I think they are gonna have to waste time to deal with it. That's a good thing about it. I'd throw down something like a hoax or something. Save a vampire. Ugh. Okay, well, I get it. Just make sure you do this correctly. Yep, yep.
I want to get points.
Good, yep, that's 3 points. Nice. So up to 4 already. That's cool. That was a stretch. Okay, oh, he has horses. Right.
See where he's going. I have the hide again.
Yeah. He might go to Sophia to block Sophia. Yeah, that's a very good move. Yeah. Because otherwise you could have gone there very easily and then gone to Salonika. Yeah. He's actually really restricted your movement for that. That's actually a really good move.
Should have gone to 51.
You couldn't get there. You'd got to 41. Now, in retrospect, yeah, this is very bold of him moving Sword like this. Sorry, that quality is really bad. There you go. Moving Sword here is actually really bad because imagine if you went to 41. You could then move to 51 or go to 30, and they're going to be looking for you for ages. 41's even worse because 41 to 51's better because even if they move Mina that across in Psychic-Scan Germany, you're already out of Germany. So yeah, you would have taken 2 moves to get here. So that's really interesting. Really good move to block off Sophia, but then makes a bad move down to 58. Maybe he has a plan. There's a reason he wants to do a trade or something. But still, like, he has to check 41. Has to check 41. Because if he finds you in 41, him and Mina can gang up on you 2v1. And depending on Van Helsing's movement, Van Helsing could get there with a chartered carriage. And then that's In a 3v1 this early, you know, you're going to be hobbling around no health for the entire game. So yeah, I think that was a bit of a misplay on Pizzawizard's part. Now in retrospect, when you look at it, go, oh wow, he should have got a 41. But you want to know that. You want to know that. That's not your fault. I think you made the right move based upon what the Huns were probably going to do.
Maybe if I put another 2 vampires on top.
Yeah, you
could have 2 vampires in my hand. That'd be hilarious.
Yeah, you could hide with it and put a vampire with it, or put something else.
Vampire there. Just check my hand. I can't check it right now.
You'll be able to check it in a second. There you go. I'll check like a bodyguard or something. Oh, he's got. You know he's got a knife. He's got a. You know he's got a
knife.
Yeah. So none of those are really good, unfortunately. Funny thing, rats would actually be better because they'd stick around. All of them would give you 2 damage. Oh, that's good. That's good. Oh, wow, you could have easily got to 41, and you could have gone to 51 now. And then it'd be Van Helsing all on his own.
Nice 4 times. Okay.
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah. Yeah, you could be moving to 51 right now. And you got all this open space, and Sword's committed over this way. Wow. But I think based upon the information you had, you made the right move. You could hide. I think hiding's not a bad option. But the problem is, the only thing you've got to be wary of is, if you hide, and if Godalming finds you, Sword can move 2, so you get to here, and then when you move into Athens or Salonika, Sword will be able to jump onto you. So you got to be always thinking, right, even if I hide this turn, yeah, that's all nice and well, but what's going to happen the turn after? Because obviously Godalming moves first, so Godalming's going to discover you early. What are the others going to do? They're going to go down to 49, and they're going to be ready to pounce on you if you stay on land. So you just got to be careful here. Some ways maybe go to Athens instead. I get it, you could do a lot of hurt to Godalming. You know, with 11 health, are you going to kill him? Probably not. But you know he's only got a knife, that's the thing. You know all his items. He only has a knife and a horse. So you can work around that. You might be able to get a kill on him. Tricky one. Tricky. If I was going to hide, I'd probably put down the bodyguards, but I think if that was the case, I'd probably be ready to leave immediately into the Adriatic, and then land here, and then do some stuff here. As soon as coming over this way, that's good for you. You're always going to be thinking a couple turns ahead, like what's going to happen next. So you don't end up in a really, really awkward... I mean, sometimes awkward situations can develop because you think a plan's going to work, and then it doesn't.
Worse.
They're all the same. That's the weird thing.
2, then 2. But they have a weapon.
They're all just as good or bad as each other, depending on how you want to look at it. So yeah, just...
Yeah, by mistake.
Yeah, maybe go to Athens and put down... Maybe just put a hoax in Athens and then leave? Do you want to put a rumour token? Maybe. I don't know how many stakes have been discarded. We saw 2. I don't know how many more there are. So 2 or 3 have been discarded. I think it's been 3 now. But then there's a lot of vampires. There are a lot of hunters nearby, which means they could all gang up on it. So maybe
for him when he lands on me.
Yeah, maybe wait.
It's like the damage to start, and then he has to go through 2 vampires.
Oh, he's only got 9 health. Oh wow.
Wrong way.
Whoa. No, don't ambush. Just wait.
I am not going to...
Good. Yeah.
I'm gonna hit him.
No, don't hit him, don't hit him.
I'll let him search.
Yeah, make him search. Make him waste time. That's the whole point. If another hunter jumps on, then you can, but the problem is Sude's going to heal double, so... Oh, where's he going? Oh, maybe they went to trade fast horses. Maybe Mina got another fast horse and he wanted to trade it.
I could have been in 42 by now.
No, you could have been in 51 by now.
Oh, good. Go west.
Oh, what?
Go that way and search.
Yeah, now it's working out for you.
I don't think he knows where I am.
You could be anywhere adjacent to Munich. Well, 2 away from Munich.
Okay.
Which means you could actually be in 24 right now. That's pretty scary. Oh wow, yeah, it's pretty scary for the hunters actually. They've got a lot.
There you go. You're gonna land on your friend there.
Because you could have gone to 44 from 59. You could have gone to 57. You could have gone to 60. So you could be the furthest you could go is you could be in 24 right now, or 7. Because you could have railed over you. Yeah.
I think I'm just gonna hang out over here.
He's got a lot of places to check.
Search, waste your time.
Yep, agreed.
I know you have a knife.
That's 2 more damage. It's going to add up if he keeps searching and not healing. And then Zagreb's closer to maturing. Yep. Oh shit! Oh yikes! Well, I mean, well played for playing the wax cylinders. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Oh wow! Oh, I would have in alternative universe if you didn't hide there. The amount, if you hadn't hid, the amount of time they would have fucking wasted searching all of this. Maybe Godalming might have just had to go for broke and rolled onto 55 to see if he'd been there. But if he was scared to because of that health he just took, the damage he just took, you've got there's like here. He's got so many places to check. But not so many now. All you have to do is, one day. Van Helsing checks 57, Mina checks 60, and Stewart checks 44, and then it's ruled out everything. But still, that's another day that they've wasted. And then some of them are moving away from you. Wow, that changes things. That changes things.
It's a party here in Bologna, though, I'm telling you.
Mm-hmm. You're safe to move to Athens or somewhere.
Just be a jerk, too.
You could also move to Sofia if you really, really wanted to. And then move to the Black Sea coast, or move to Salonika. Moving to Sofia is not bad because it's another thing on the trail that they've got to deal with. The more things you have to deal with, it's just going to be an absolute pain in the ass for the hunters. The more likely is they make a mistake in terms of going onto the wrong encounter with the wrong stuff.
I might feed. No, stupid.
No, I'd move to Sofia. If I was being risky, I'd go to Sofia. If I was playing safe, I'd go to 46.
Now let me see what I have for encounters before I do that.
I'd put down aggressive fighting encounters, like a bodyguards, or I know you're gonna get 2 damage out of it, but it's gonna add up on Godalming.
I think I will move here.
Bats
on me.
Bats could work because bats wouldn't trigger before the combat.
No, I'm being too tricky. I think I need to go to sea.
No, I think here's the thing. These hunters have committed to move away from you. If you go to Sofia now, the only one who can get onto you, well, okay, Mina could get onto you with a sense of emergency, but it's realistically only going to be Godalming. And he's just taken 4 damage from your vampire here and from the wolves here. 11 health Godalming is a little bit scary, but 7 health Godalming you can deal with, especially if you get a bodyguard onto him. He's down to 5. You can do 5 damage in a combat. You need combat to go your way, but it's definitely possible to do 5 damage to a hunter in a combat. So I think I would have gone to Sofia and thrown down a bodyguard. If then they move over really quickly, then you can move to Bucharest, Black Sea coast. Or you try to dupe them and go back to Salonika, where they wouldn't expect you to go back to Salonika. That's what I would do. I think going to Sofia is fine. Going to Salonika would also be okay. Because you're going to drag them over to deal with Valona. But then what I'd probably do is I'd put a Ruma token on Valona. I can't remember if there's a vampire or not. I think there is a vampire, but I would put a rumor token on it. Well, actually, no, because there's a vampire in Zagreb. Ah, because then they might just let that mature. But is that a problem? You're getting 3 guaranteed points. Ooh, don't know. I think I would have played a little bit more risky here. I think you're in a slightly better position than you think you are. I think you go to Sofia and then Salonika, and it means the trail is longer, and then you leave. That's what I would have done. But I get it. There's a risk to everything.
Go to Salonika. I'll put a bats on me here, and I'll move him back into
I probably would put.
my trap.
I think I'd put a hoax because Salonika is sort of off the track a little bit. I know they got horses, but it's a bit awkward. It's like, oh, really? It's kind of cut, sort of trapped in that corner. And hunters often forget about it. And they also see it because it's a port city, and they might think, oh, it's a fog. Why am I going to go and get trapped in fog for 2 days? And then it's a hoax. So I think I would have put down the hoax there. I think bats would have been more valuable somewhere else. There are some cool things you could do, though. If they go to Salonika before they check, then what you could do is push them into Valona. Don't hit with the hide card, probably. Just ambush with the vampire at night, and you could do a lot of damage to them. And then maybe, yeah, you could use the hide card to finish off a hunter. There's a few things you can do. Do you want to put a rumor token on Valona? I see arguments for and against it. The problem is they could just let the new vampire in Zagreb mature. But then imagine then if they realize afterwards that Valona was a bait. I think it would have been safe to go to Sofia. See, because he's going there, right? He's going to Valona. I think you can pretty safe to go to Sofia. That's okay. Going to Salonika's not bad. I mean, you can go to Sofia now, and you go to the Black Sea coast then. You're having to take an extra sea damage, but if you can keep them in the, if you can keep them there long enough, I might have not. I don't know if I would have ambushed honestly, because this is actually kind of risky.
Ah.
Because now he can knife. He can now knife you, and you got no way to counter it. So it's a case of looking. Yeah, if you don't get a strength or a mesmerize, I think this vampire's just dead right off the bat.
Another mesmerize. It's all luck.
It is luck, but at the same time, you have to think about what you've been given. If you've only been given one cancel card, which is a mesmerize, there's a point where maybe you say, okay, I do not play the mesmerize first turn. I will play the claws. Get the claws out of your hand, or even plotting, right? Get them out of your hand. But claws will be better, because whatever he does to you, if it's a knife or a punch, he will hit you with it. You'll take 2 damage. You can then, if he plays punch and you've played claw, you can then play the mesmerize to stop the knife. Or if he doesn't play knife, then he's mesmerized so the knife doesn't kill you then the next turn. If he played knife when you played claws, then you play fangs to try and get a health back if he escapes or tries to punch you to death. That's the way to do it. So it is based on luck. And you've been pretty unlucky. You've got 2 escape cards and a plotting. That's pretty bad hand. But you need to look at what you've been given and think, same thing again. Think ahead. What is the worst case scenario? If I use this card now, if I use my mesmerize this turn, what happens? Just think through it then. What happens if I don't get another strength or mesmerize type card next turn? I had a situation in the game against Zolt where, again, I did the same thing where I just rushed it. Just like, I went into the combat with a predetermined idea of what I was going to do, and I didn't look at the cards I had been given. I just instantly selected the first card. I was like, oh, that card's good. But I didn't actually think, oh, hang on. If my opponent has done something different, how do I then counter what do I do in round 2? And then that's what happened. And it ended up, I did the same thing. I ended up losing a vampire when I had no need to lose it. And it actually almost cost me the entire game. So it's a case of just taking just 2 seconds just to go, right, what is my objective for this combat? I don't think you should have ambushed here because of the fact that, Gadami could search at night, he could get hit for a lot of damage, you could kill him potentially in a night fight. I realize you want to try and get him while he's on low health because he might heal up. But the fact he's just dived straight into Valona makes me think he's going to be a little bit trigger happy about it. So I think just hold back, don't ambush with either, wait for him to search, and then he's going to be caught in a really awkward situation. So anyway, what was I talking about? Yeah, so look at the comic cards you've been given, and yeah, you can get a bit unlucky, but just think, right, if I have something, if you walk in and you see 2 mesmerizers and 2 strengths, happy days. You can go, right, this vampire's never dying unless you get Heavenly Host, but you haven't got Heavenly Host, blah, blah, blah. But if you've only got one of those, just think carefully about when you're going to play it and what is the worst case scenario. And now you're in an awkward situation where if he does play the knife, you're dead. And the best thing you can do is do 2 damage to him with claws. Oh, that's really awkward. So I think, yeah, that's something really important to think about. Just take 2 seconds longer and just go, right, what order do I play these in?
Nope, it's not going to help. Things aren't going to help either.
You just play claws and just hope he doesn't play knife, basically. That's the only thing you can do. Or do you play plotting in the hope that he plays dodge? 2 damage or plot?
Here. Yeah, I'm screwed.
Yeah.
Go for a plot.
Yeah, just on the off chart. I think I'd probably play claws, because then if he escapes, I get damage in. Yeah, but he plays knife. Of course he plays knife. There's no reason why he wouldn't play knife there. Take the opportunity to try and play knife.
Not gonna help. I think I'm dead.
Yeah, you are dead. Yeah. Ah. You feel really bad when a Vita Vampire gets killed that easily. Ah, rough.
Dead. You got me.
Yeah.
Oh,
if you just reverse those 2 things.
Tried.
Kept the mesmerize for this turn, he can't kill you. No. And then the knife, even if he tried to knife you or he tried to escape or did anything, he'd be mesmerized. So then the knife only does 2 damage, and you're not dying in that situation. I say you. I mean the reckless vampire. So I think, yeah. It's like here, like, right, Sword's going to move, but the foe's going to get to 59. If you're in Sophia right now, you could go to 56, can't get you. You could go to 46, can't get you. You're completely safe. He could Sense of Emergency, but then he's using Sense of Emergency blindly. So I think you could have gone to Sophia last turn, and I think you would have actually got a lot more better, because that's 1 more encounter on the trail.
I think staying on land longer is better.
Yeah. And the thing is, if you hadn't ambushed, then Gadami's now sitting there at night thinking, do I search this? Do I wait for the day? And if all he does at night is heal, well, that's good, because going from 5 to 6 health doesn't actually benefit him. So then does he then go the next day? The longer he leaves it, yeah, he's going to get more healthy, but then the more likely it is that 1 combat goes in against him, and then the thing matures. If it's a vampire, in which case it was, right? And the fact he went gun-ho in there makes me think that he was thinking about it. Okay, so he was going to go for it anyway. So I think you missed a trick. Just hold off on the ambush. It wasn't necessary. You could have been Sophia right now. I appreciate, though, that if you didn't ambush him, his health situation would have been better, which means he might have walked out of Valona to hit you later. But honestly, like, I think you would have been fine. I think you could have survived against even the 2 of them, because Gadami is not high health. I think you could survive against a Gadalming Seward combo. Especially when you know what Gadalming has. He has a knife. You can work around that. You can just break it, and then he's useless. Oh, he's night supplying. Oh, wow. Oh, wow, you're in a night fight with a new vampire. Okay, that's pretty cool. Right. Look at the combat information screen and see what he's got.
Seward has for cards here. 5. Oof.
So he has... Oh, I think he might have holy bullets. He has horses. He hasn't got dogs, otherwise he would have used it to search. He doesn't have steak because he would have used it to search, unless he was hoping it wasn't a vampire he was saving the steak. So he has 2 combat, he might well have holy bullets. So if that's the case, until you find out otherwise, you play pure defensive. You want the, I know you want to hurt the hunters, of course you do. But at the same time, if the vampire's left alive, the hunters still have to deal with it, one way or the other. So I would probably do things like mesmerize. It all depends on what you've got. Let's see what comic cards you got. Oof. That's not a very nice selection. Maybe plot here. He might, even if he did hit you with a rifle and holy bullets, you'd be down to 1 health, but you can then get a 2nd strength. And you have 2 strengths and a mesmerize. He's not killing you. He will not kill you. And then you could try to escape as mist or something. Or you could pick up the escape as mist, do strength, mesmerize. And you would better have 2 strengths in case he plays punch. And then maybe try to escape as mist. Yeah, I probably would plot. Or play strength.
That's night.
He's probably going to punch first.
Strength first.
He might punch first because he doesn't. He'd rather you waste a strength on a punch. Yeah. Well, that's good for both of you.
And then I'm gonna mesmerize 2nd.
Yeah, that's good. That's good actually because yeah, he can't. The only thing that cancels mesmerize is heavily host. Or crucifix. He might have a crucifix. I don't know if there's any crucifixes in the discard pile.
I'm gonna fangs 3rd.
Depends. What have you got? Oh, you got a plot. You got 2 plottings, don't you? Maybe. I think you maybe plot now. I think you plot. But I think he might have a crucifix. Let's see. Oh no. Oh, fair enough. Well, okay.
So, dude.
I was wrong. Fair enough.
Right here.
So maybe he does have a stake, and then he's now regretting not using it.
It's a night battle, so if I fangs him, it's a bite, and he's out.
Yeah. Yeah. It all depends on what he has. Do you bite him or kill him?
You might dodge here. I'm playing plotting.
Oh. And if he punches you, then it's no big deal. Oh, nice. Okay, that's big. I would take. Claws or strength?
I'm gonna claw him.
You've got 1 fang, so you don't need that. You've got 2 escapes, and you got plot. Right now, you got next. That's the problem. You got a claws and claws, fangs, 2 escapes, and a plotting. So those 2 escapes and plottings are really clogging up your hand. You only want the escape as missed. Do you claw? Yeah, I think so, actually. I think clawing's pretty good. I don't think you can kill him, though, unless you can get, like, double claw onto him. Oh, yeah, that is the... Yeah, the only disadvantage.
He does holy bullets.
Yeah, but the good thing is you can fang him now, and you can fang him through his normal stuff.
Okay.
Unless he has a knife or garlic, and then the vampire dies. Oh, he might actually try to bait you.
Alright,
So maybe just try to escape.
I need to bite.
Yeah, but imagine if he plays garlic now, or he plays a knife now. I think he's going to try and bait you. I'd escape as missed. I think he might have garlic or a knife, let's see. Oh, fair enough, he doesn't. Oh, wow. Oh well, oh well. I'm wrong. And you get a bite out of it, and that's a point.
He'll probably show me his rifle. Should have bit before. I had his number.
That's alright. You didn't know that. But then typically you try to play fangs, and then he has a knife, right? So, I mean... So that's... Yeah, 5 points. That's pretty cool. He'll probably show you fast horses, because he knows it.
Fast horses. Oh, that doesn't help at all.
Yeah, exactly. There's something else he has that he's not showing you. It's a combat item, though. Oh, now that's the question. Do you actually now stay put on land? Do you go to Sophia?
Tempted to wolf form to 10.
I can't. You got wolf on the trail already.
Might do that.
Oh, do you now go? Oh, wow, this is risky. Do you go to Sophia?
Zoom in.
Maybe.
No, I'm not gonna wolf form because he'll just land on me.
The thing is, you know that both of them only have one item. I think maybe go for it. Oh, no. Seward has a rifle and something else that he's not showing you. Could be a heavenly host. Oh, maybe you could go to Sophia and maybe throw down the discarded soil to try and get through your hand quicker. Try and get fog out, so then you can go to. You could then misdirect Salonika and go back, or you could go to the Black Sea coast, or work inland again, then walk backwards. You can go to 6 and then to 10 and then 17. Oh, I kind of fancy it, you
Do I
know.
just do a regular like go to sea?
Oh, I don't know. I think when I watch people, I play more risky. When I'm playing in person, I think I play more conservative.
Movement, maybe?
I think going to Sophia isn't bad actually, because you could actually really scare them. They don't expect you to be there right now. They expect you to be one away from Sophia. I would put down either. I think I'd put down Desecrated Soil, because you know the other thing's only going to give you, are going to net you 2 damage. So I'd put down Desecrated Soil. Okay. Well, you get damage out of it, so you're more likely to kill them in the combat. But if both of them walk on, I think Zoot's got a Heavenly Host.
See if he lands on me.
He's only got 5 health. You could, yeah. I mean, maybe you could kill him potentially. Ooh.
Yep, come on over, dude. Come on over.
Oh, I don't know. Do you do it on Seward to get information about if he has another weapon or not? Oh, but then you could kill Godalming, that's the thing. He's more likely to die now. Oh, wow. Imagine if Mina has sense of emergency. Oh, yeah, this could get pretty. Wow. Alright, let's go with horse economy set up though. Right, you're in a 2v1. I think. What do you do? Do you try and bite Seward? Because if you bite Seward, he dies. So would he play Heavenly Host?
Yeah, let's see what happens here.
Okay.
2 is very lucky.
No, this could be well set up. I mean, there'll be probably an element of luck involved, but he might have like 6 or 7 of the 8 tickets are the tickets he wants. Okay, right. This is gonna be very interesting.
Right.
You could also try to escape as bat, but the problem is, both of them have escape as bat items.
Godalming is probably gonna dodge. And
I'd probably. It all depends on what you have. Yeah. I'd probably. If you have Fangs Seward, because he's likely to play Heavenly Host.
Heavenly Host.
Yeah, Seward might have one. It could also be a Holy Circle. That's the question. Do you try to kill Godami, or do you try to Fang Seward? Oh, it might be. Oh, wow, I don't know. Oh, wow, this is just flip of a coin.
Plot on
no, I wouldn't plot.
Godalming?
No, I don't think he's gonna dodge. I think he's gonna. I think he knows he's gonna die, and he's just gonna try and do as much damage to you. I wouldn't plot.
Godalming has a knife though, so I don't like that.
Yeah, you could take 7 damage. I'd either Fang Seward or I'd Claw Godalming, and try and get one of them out of the combat. And if one dodges, then the worst case scenario, you're just going to take 2 damage from Seward. You're going to heal up 1, then take 2 back. Hmm.
I think I'll mesmerize Seward.
Oh, but once he plays Heavenly Host, though.
Yeah, I'm
I
just my Seward.
think you fang Seward. I think you fang him. I think he's got Heavenly Host. He's gonna play it. Again, I could be wrong. I've been wrong quite a lot this game. Let's see. Oh man, he was dead.
Oh, no.
He was dead. Oh
Should have
no.
bitten him.
Yep, he would have died, and that's 3 more points. Oh. Oh man. And he's knifed, yeah, because he's trying to get as much. Even if,
Clawed him.
yep, you could have killed either.
Damn it. All it takes is one stupid move like this and I'm dead.
Yeah, that's the problem playing Dracula.
Disappointed in myself.
Oh man. And the problem is now they're gonna just. Oh shit. Yeah, because you could have got Sword out of the fight, he would have died. And then you could have killed Godalming, because you still got your claws. You'd have still had your Mesmerize, so you could have toyed around with Godalming, and all it takes is just one claw attack and he's gone. Oh wow! And at this point in the game, that'd have been 6 IP for killing both of them. How much do you have already? You have 4. You're so close to victory at that point. Oh man! Holy moly! It just turns on an instinct like that. Yeah. You can get a little bit of health back from fangs, but
Play claws.
they might dodge.
Seward.
No, he's got rifle. He's got rifle. He's got rifle.
Eh. I know he's got a knife though.
Yeah, but he's just used it. He's just used it. He's gonna probably dodge.
No, I'll go for it.
Oh wow, he
Dead.
tried to escape.
At least you're dead. One more.
You have to target Godalming. Yep. Oh, he's got great strength after all this. Oh wow.
Oh.
Oh, but he would have. Oh wow. The things with Seward though, if you had bitten Seward with the fangs on the Heavenly Host, yeah, great strength would have happened, but Seward would have still been ejected from the combat. You wouldn't have got the idea. You wouldn't have got the influence. But Seward would have been ejected from the combat, and he has 1 item, and you know what it is. So you could even have fed on the spot to try to then go back into combat with him later, and then he's going to have to work out where he moves around to, and then you can just keep going east again. And you would have then killed Godalming this turn. You'd have taken 3 damage for it, but you could have just fed immediately to get the 3 health back. Wow. And now Seward escapes. Right? Wow. Holy moly, that shouldn't have worked for the hunters. My god. That is so risky. I know Mina's nearby, and now because Godalming's alive, and he can heal. Oh. Bloody hell. The thing is though, like, you're still in, like, a decent position, because you've got this thing that's going to mature soon. And you have 3 as well. You could misdirect Salonica as well, but if you don't, you've got 3 locations. You have 3 hunters, 3 locations. So if you pick the right one, only 1 might jump onto you, and they've used up great strength. Wow. And I think in this situation, you know, if you'd find Seward, yeah, he would have used great strength to stop it, and he would have been out of the.
Brutal.
He would have been out of the combat. But then you would have killed Godalming, and then you left with.
So what I learned is, don't try to kill him when you have a battle with him. Just weaken him and get away.
It depends. It depends on the situation. I think a lot of Dracula players overestimate their ability to kill hunters. If hunters are playing optimally, quote unquote, they don't put themselves into positions very much where they are able to die. So hunters don't normally play aggressive. If you see someone like when I play, 1v1 combats are often such a flip of a coin, even 2v1 combats, especially like this, because like Seward's down an item because he's just used holy bullets. Godalming's Godalming's down an item. He has been for the whole game since staking that thing. Seward's down an item because he used holy bullets. So in a situation like that, I wouldn't even attempt this 2v1. That's just asking for trouble, especially with Godalming being on so low health. If you know you got great strength in your back pocket, okay, but this was super risky because in this situation, both hunters were easy pickings for Dracula. Seward's already bitten, so it means if he tries to heavily host, he could be bitten and taken out of the combat. And if you use Great Strength to save him, then the one who's low health dies. So the way it all worked out was the best way for the hunters. That he was able to get off the heavenly host, so Seward wasn't bitten, and then he was able to save Godalming. It depends on the situation. Every combat you're going to have objectives, but because we knew that Seward had another item and he did not show you it, and he had the opportunity to use something like knife against the new vampire, but chose not to do it, made me think that was a heavenly host and he was saving it for later. So I think it's just worth. I mean, of course, in retrospect, it's so easy in hindsight to say it, but I think he would have just played instantly. He knows that you know that he has a rifle, so it's too likely that you're going to play strength to break it, mesmerize to stop it, play heavenly host. Because the only thing then is fangs, and you might not have drawn it. So it's really sad that you had the fangs, but I can't complain because in a game earlier today I did the same thing. I had fangs and I didn't play it at the right time. So that's really unfortunate. So you could be in a much better position. You actually had 5 points. So if you'd killed Godalming, you'd have been up to 8 points. There is a new vampire that is on the trail that has to be dealt with. At the moment, the hunters don't look like they're dealing with it. So, you could potentially be up to 11 points by the end of the second week. That is a ridiculously good position to be in. And yeah, sure, Mina's going to have to choose. If Mina goes over there to deal with the vampire, she's not coming after you. And then you're just left with Seward. And what the fuck's Seward going to do? He has a rifle and nothing else. You just go to all the big cities, and Seward cannot go to supply there. So you're in a really good position. Godalming would have got sent to the hospital. Yeah, he would have been sent over here, so he's not far away. But he would have taken time to get, all what's it called? To get all his items and to get all stocked up. And also the item deck is just replenished, which means a lot of this is going to be crap. And also then, he's going to have to get there and move out, so it's going to take time to do it. And then Mina. Mina's already a vulnerable hunter because she's already bitten. And she has horses. So she's only got 2 combat items maximum. So I think you'd be able to work around it, but I completely agree with you. All it takes is one bad fight and the entire game is thrown into a really, really, really awkward position. And that's why, in general, with his Dracula and his hunters, I hate 1v1 combat. Because it's just asking for stuff to go wrong. As hunters, you want to get into 3v1 or 4v1 combat and just kill him in one go, instead of having this prolonged battle. As Dracula, you kind of almost want 1v1 battles. If you try to get a 2v1 like this, it could go right, could go wrong. But I've had 1v1 battles as Dracula go really against me. It just depends. I prefer not to do combat. It depends on the situation, though. If I know the hunters have very limited stuff, then I'll try to fight them, because you can work around it then. And even if you don't get the best combat card in the world, you're always going to have at least one that will help you, and you can buy you a few turns. So in terms of how, from Pizzawizard's perspective, it worked out the best. This is the best case scenario. For you, pretty unlucky. But then, yeah. Hindsight's so easy for the backseat driver for me to say, oh, you should have played Fang's first turn. At least oh, I don't know. Yeah. I don't think you made the wrong move going to Sophia, honestly.
I want a morning battle, and I want to kill him.
No, that's a bad
Hold on,
move.
let me think about it.
That's a poor
I'll
move.
have a 3v1.
Yeah, that's a bad move. Do not do that.
If I kill him...
No, they just heal
Okay.
double. No. Right.
Okay.
Okay, now I would say this is a big mistake. Because the Dawn fights are not as powerful because claws don't do as much. Strengths don't break weapons. Mesmerize Fang combos don't bite. And also, during the night, Godalming and Seward have both healed double. So I don't know what, I can't remember what Godalming was on. Godalming's on 1 health, so you're going up to 3. Seward would then be up to, I don't know, 7? I can't remember. So trying to kill Godalming is really hard. I know it's like, oh, it's 3 health. You need the combat to go flawless to get 4 damage out in a day fight. You need to like mesmerize him first turn and hope he doesn't punch you. And then you have to try to either play strength or claws or fangs when he punches, or you play plot when he dodges. That's a 50-50, and it could well, and then you might not get the cards. He might dodge, but if you don't plot, you don't get plotting. He could just easily get out with 1 health. You could do 2 damage to him, but can you do 4? That's incredibly risky. If it was a 1v1, if this was a 1v1 situation where all the other hunters were far away, maybe go for it. I had one in a game earlier, actually, where I was playing against Zolt, and had a similar situation. Where the hunter was left on 1 health, and I was like, fuck it, let's just try and kill her. But that's because she was isolated. Here, you've got 2 hunters in the same locations, there's a 2v1 fight, which is bad, and you've then got Mina coming in as backup. Godalming could leave, so he's not involved in the night combat if he doesn't want to be. So then Seward is there, and then Mina joins. Albeit, they have crap items, and you know everything they have. But still, it's asking for you, even if you do kill them, at what cost? And if you're running around with very, very little health, you're going to get forced to sea eventually, and the Huns will just see out the win that way. If you go to the castle, they'll know you've gone to the castle, and then they might consecrate around you or something. So, I don't know. I don't like this. I really, really, really don't like this. You got 3 points coming in, though. That's the thing, which is really good. If you survive, you're going to have 3 points coming in.
Let's go.
But imagine he has escape route, or imagine he has, like...
Let's have our morning fight.
Yeah, so he didn't have any planned ambushes or escape routes, but... I think up until this point, apart from... I mean, you missed 1 Fangs on a Heavenly Host, but, like, who doesn't do that? I miss them every bloody time, so don't worry about it. That's totally fine. But it's recoverable. This is now playing reckless, and that's unnecessarily reckless. If you've got a hunter completely isolated, and there's no chance that any other hunter can jump onto you, go for it. Or if they're trapped in fog...
nothing that can hurt them.
Right, and that's the problem. You're at the mercy of the combat deck, and now you've got a strength, and you just have to basically pray that Godalming plays punch. But is Godalming going to play punch? Probably not. He's going to try and escape first turn, because he'll feel really gutted if he misses the opportunity to escape, and that's the problem. The more and more combat that... I mean, combat can work. Like, I'm not saying that combat doesn't work as a strategy. But then there are times where the combat deck really screws you over. And then you're like, I've put all my faith into this one idea and it doesn't work. And you need to have a way to get out of that. You need to have a plan B. Again, it's always the same. Like, I always try to do it worst case scenario. And I mean, I'm not saying I play it perfectly either. I make mistakes all the time. But one thing I've really learned from the previous league to this is worst case scenarios. If this goes wrong, what is my backup plan? And if there isn't one, that's a problem. You've got to just go, right, I'll take safe option. Yeah, you could kill them, but what if you don't? and then that's where things come in. Okay, so that's kind of the thing from this. And again, I'm still learning it too. And you know, combat is a flip of a coin. Sometimes combat can go really, really well. Other times, no. All depends on the encounters and what items the hunters have and whatever. But even though you know what both of these hunters have, I would not be taking this day fight like this. Your power is not the same. It's the only thing you can do. Yeah, just play strength and just hope he punches.
Both running away.
Yeah.
Try playing plotting.
Just in case they dodge, yeah, you try it. I think both are kind of doomed to fail, unfortunately, just because of the way escape works. Escaped? Oh. Well, fair enough. Now, in retrospect, I wish you had played strength. I guess maybe Godalming expected him to die. Oh wow! Now the way's all panned out. You could have killed Godalming. Because he's opting to kill you rather than because I think he kind of realizes it.
Run away.
Nope.
Oh wow! They're going for it.
Because they know that Mina is coming in to help out later. So I kind of respect this from people with the fact he's like, well, okay, Godalming's probably going to die here, but let's just do as much damage as possible. So now in retrospect, wish you had strength. I guess that's another thing, worst case scenario. If I plot, but they both damage me. If you'd strength, you only would have taken 2 damage from that. And then Godalming would have been in kill range. And he has no great strength anymore. And all it takes you just to get the right thing, and you land that fangs as he tries to escape. Or you get then a plotting, or whatever, and then be able to cancel one of his cards, and that's it. That's it.
I probably should have ran away. This is my downfall.
I mean, you've plotted him, which is good, because then you can use the plotting later, but are you going to be alive by then?
I'm biting him.
Yep, that's fine. You get health back for it. Yep, that's cool. Yep. Oh, you got a second strength. Oh, that's actually really good. You'll be able to use that later. That's pretty good, actually. Okay. Oof. Yeah. Do it. You get your health back.
Need some health back. I need to kill you.
But then do you play strength? I don't think... Oh, do you play strength? I don't think so. You might just escape. I think you still play strength, because... Oh, no, you just play... If you have claws, play claws. Because it works against anything he does. And he can't... He won't survive.
Game over. I think I screwed up. Oh well. It was fun. Stuart is going to do a rifle, and Godalming is going to escape.
Maybe not.
I get another bite, because then I'll bite him.
No, but then he bonus if he plays knife, though. Oh, I'd have claws. Oh, that's really unfortunate. You just got to play strength and just hope that Godalming... Oh, man, that's really unfortunate. Oh. But what if Godalming plays knife now? Oh, he could have strengthed it. Let's see. Oh, he did escape. Oh, well, fair enough. This game is bad. Doesn't take you because it's a dawn fight. It doesn't. Oh man. Now, Prince, are you gonna live before this thing matures? Maybe not.
Oh, it doesn't work.
Yeah.
Well.
Only at night. Yep, only at night. Oh. Yikes.
Pretty sure that's GG.
No. No, well, I mean, it's... Maybe not. Maybe not. It might not be, but it's not looking great. there's too many hunters to target. They can just do they can just all play weapons, and they just don't care if even if you kill Godalming, like who cares? They give up 3 points, but then they kill you.
I'm gonna bite Mina to start. If I have it, she probably has Heavenly Host, so she's gonna want to play like right away on me.
Ooh. You got 6 health, so how do you die in this situation? But if you don't die round 1, you're gonna die round 2, right? Do you try to kill Godalming with claws? If Mina has Heavenly Host, you might play it with the rifle, so then you die, and you bait you with a dodge from Godalming. Oh, I don't know. This is tough.
Right.
We have to see your combat hand, and then we'll take it from there. It's easy to make plans beforehand, then you see the combat deck, and you're just like, nah, it's not working. You got to do something else.
Bite. Yeah, Fang's using it.
Yeah, I mean, it's worth a shot. But she might have knife. I often like carrying knife with Mina. This is kind of risky. We don't have claws, so like it doesn't even matter. Yeah.
GG.
Yeah, that's GG. Yep. Yikes.
I thought for sure she had a Heavenly Host. Yeah, GG.
All nah, right. It's too risky.
Well, great game. It was a quick one. Thank you all for watching.
Oh, she'd have a Heavenly Host. Cheers. But yeah, didn't take the risk. Didn't want to take the risk, and that's absolutely understandable.
I thought you could escape a spat. I was also too hungry. That was a mistake. I'm sorry, not Renfield.
Yeah, Renfield's on Dracula's side, right? Yeah.
Yep. Thanks for the game, man. All right, everyone, thanks for watching this. I had fun doing the combats, but I learned today that you should run away as Dracula because it's pretty bad. So anyway, Thank you all, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you for watching this great game. Hopefully I can actually do better in the future. So we'll see. I'm going to talk to him in the chat to make sure that he knows it's GG instead of it's vanishing. Yes. Good job.
Yeah, okay, so main things, I think we were talking about it throughout the game. I don't actually think it was as bad as you think it was. Yeah, I think it's very easy to get fixated on just one combat. And yeah, that's the big problem with Dracula, and I've said it in quite a lot of videos before. Like, the entirety of Dracula, you could play flawlessly for 3 weeks, but then takes one error, and then you're fucked. And it's just really, it's a really hard, brutal lesson to learn. But it is what it is. I think you actually had him in quite an awkward situation here, because, yeah, sure, they had, credit Pizzawizard, played work, got Fast Horses set up, was decisive in, dealt with the vampire, so there's no 7-point vampire, which was good. But I think, yeah, as I said before, I don't think you moving to Sophia here after Valona was a mad move. I think that's actually a good move to make. The way it all panned out, you going to Salonika and then to Sophia was actually also good, because the hunters wouldn't have expected you to be into Sophia. They would expect you to go to Sophia after Valona and then move to Salonika. So the hunters actually forced themselves into a really bad situation there. And all we would have taken is for the Fangs onto the Heavenly Host, which you had. Seward, yes, used a great strength, is out of the combat. Then you would have easily taken out Godalming. It takes one clause and he's gone. Or one, you know, you wouldn't have tried to mesmerize Fanged in that situation. You would have tried to just claw him, do anything to try and kill him. Combination of strength and fangs, depending on what he plays. And then you're up 3 more points. You would have been at 5 at this point because of, you know, Godalming. So you're at 5. You're up to 8. And then you're still here, and then Sud has to decide now, does Sud move away? I still think, you know, all this stuff here, you could have still gotten that point onto, oh wait, how do you get, where did that point come from? Oh, the night fight with Sud, that's right, you didn't get the point from the Reckless. So that's also another thing. Yeah, sure, you ambush and you got damage onto Godalming, but then again, at what sort of well, actually no, you didn't actually do any damage with the Reckless because it died to it very quickly. So you could have done that, hit him with the mob, but not ambush with the Reckless. Or when you ambush with the Reckless, do it the other way round, right? We talked about it before, where in this situation, you had. So let me show you, right? If we go into the combat. So even though like. It all depends on your... Yeah, so it's good to have a plan going into the combat. Am I going to try and kill him? Am I going to try and keep the vampire... Keeping the vampire alive is actually more important. If the hunters are hobbling around... Yeah, you want to try and kill the hunters. Of course you do. But good hunters will not allow themselves to be killed. And if the hunters are all hobbling around with very little health, that's amazing for you. They can't search anything because they could kill you. They can't move onto any location they don't know because it could be anything. A 2 health, you know, Godalming walks onto anything, dead. They walk onto any... Basically, hunters who have fewer health than 4 cannot walk onto anything because all it takes is a bodyguard, so they don't have a weapon, dead. Wolves don't have a weapon, dead. So they can't walk onto anything. And they are just treading on eggshells, and they're having to waste so many actions healing. So I think this is fine. The fact you've ambushed is okay, but and you want to get points, and you want to try and do damage to Godalming, got it. Totally get it. No problem. I'm not against that at all. But then immediately I'm looking and going, right, you got these cards, especially the fact you've got 2 escapes clogging up your combat hand. You need to use these very carefully, and the Mesmerize is the only one who can the Mesmerize is the only one which can cancel weapons. That's the important thing. I know Mesmerize is like, oh, I can stop him from escaping. Okay, he escapes, so what? That's him escaping, but the vampire still being alive is better than him killing the vampire. Even if you do manage to get 2 damage on him. So, you know, the longer the vampire stays around, the bigger pain in the neck it's going to be for the hunters. And the hunters are going to have to start making decisions like, wait, do I let Zagreb mature? And then so then Valona gets wiped. We've dealt with Zagreb. Oh no, now Valona's got to be dealt with. It puts them into awkward decisions. So immediately here, I would not use Mesmerize first. I would use the Fangs or the Claws to try to get damage in on Godalming. If he escapes, alright, you do 2 damage, and he escapes. That's still good for you. That's an amazing result. Getting 2 damage in is still really good. It all adds up. But then the way it all ended up, the fact he punched you first, that's even better for you. Because he suddenly now used his only... We think, because you know he doesn't have Mesmerize, he doesn't have Heavenly Host. He's used the only thing... He's used Punch, the only thing that counts as Mesmerize. Then you Mesmerize him, keep him in the combat, and then hopefully you'll get another card that will be able to cancel the knife. You might get unlucky, and you don't. But then you take it from there, okay? If you really wanted to avoid that, you could have fanged him first to get a point. Then you Mesmerize him when he tries to escape. And then, if you were really unlucky, you don't get a Mesmerize or you don't get a Strength, you then claw him. And even if he does kill you with the knife... Well, no, could he kill you with the knife? Let me think. Well, maybe if he knifed you first or something. But then, you know, you're still going to do damage to it back to him. So yeah, it's about priorities and realizing that the Mesmerize card is so powerful And if it's thrown away and you don't get another one out, then what? You're in a really awkward situation then. And sometimes the hunters will just turn around and fight you, and you don't expect it. It's very easy to get into the situation where you think, oh yeah, hunters are always just going to do escape, dodge, escape, dodge, or whatever, something like that. But then sometimes hunters will just fight back at you because they're not you don't expect them. They can really catch you out. The number of times I've killed a reckless vampire by using punch, knife combo, because it's it works. So yeah. So that's the only thing. So that's what the main things. It started coming down from here. I think I think everything that happened before was fine. You actually got a decent start. Yeah, you killed your vampire, but never expect the first thing to mature anyway. I did it in the last 2 games. When I was Dracula, I put down a rumor token. Did I put down a rumor token? No. I put my first 2 encounters in an extremity location. One with a rumor token, one didn't. One with a rumor token and one not. And in the end, neither of them matured. So never expect the first ring to mature anyway. If you get 7 points, that's a bloody bonus. Okay, or you get a hoax mature or whatever. That's a massive bonus for you. So anyway, be in a good position that you got a point from the reckless immediately. You got the other thing to mature, says up to 4. You got a bite onto Seward, 5. You could have potentially got another one to Godalming, 6. And he would have taken more damage. And if then everything else had played out the same way, even if it didn't, right? You're on 5 points, kill Godalming, up to 8. Seward is now still on a bite, and is vulnerable because he's just used a Heavenly Host and it's been discarded. So he's only got a rifle, so he has nothing. What you could then do in that situation is you just be an absolute pain in the ass, and you go to every single big city. You go to Bucharest, then you go to down to Varna. And then Seward's like, where do I move to supply? I have to supply because I have to get stuff. He'd be so scared after the fight in Sofia of walking into you. And imagine if he rolls badly with fast forwards. He could go jump straight to Constanta to avoid that problem, or jump straight to Athens. But then imagine if this vampire, the Reckless, was still alive and he rolls badly. Just say it's a risk. Every time he rolls fast forwards, it's a risk. He might walk into it. He might then pick the wrong one of these 2 locations that you're sitting in, and then you can kill him because he's in a night fight. You hit him with, 2 more damage from a wolves or a mob, and then you try to kill him at night because he's only got a rifle. You can work around that, and because he's bitten, you can try and bite him again. And then suddenly you're in a position where you've got 8 guaranteed points because you've killed Godalming and stuff. The vampire in Zagreb's going to mature. And if it doesn't, you've got a Reckless behind it that's going to mature. So you're suddenly threatening that you're on 12 points. All it takes is 1 fangs from a Reckless vampire, or 1 extra bite onto Seward or anybody, and that's it. GG. And suddenly it's a completely different game. So I don't think, as I said, yeah, I'm kind of rambling now, but I don't think it was as bad as you make out to be. Yeah, 1 combat really cost you. But I think then again, it's kind of similar to previous stuff where you had 1 bad combat. What you do then is just do damage limitation and just go, alright, that combat went shit. It was the worst case scenario for me. Doesn't matter. The hunters have now used great strength. I know all their items. They've used a Heavenly Host. They're both weak. Blah, 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 blah. Right? What's Godalming going to do? Jump into you again? No. If you go from Sofia to, say, anywhere, right, you can misdirect Slonica and go back there. Or if you don't, go to Bucharest or go to Varna, right? It doesn't matter where you go. Maybe go to Varna because then you're on the coast. But if you put down anything, Reckless, Mob, what's Godalming going to do? He's going to jump into you again and take 2 more damage after he's used great strength? No. He'll be scared to move anywhere. Because imagine he just walks into you. Seward might jump into you, but he's only got a rifle. So the big sort of the thing you don't know much is about Mina. But if you know then that Seward only has a rifle, you can then work around what Mina has, hopefully. And because you would have been on more health, you wouldn't have taken that bad day fight. Then yeah, if you pick the wrong thing and you try to strength Mina but she uses Heavenly Host, or you try to fang the Heavenly Host but she actually plays knife, you can absorb that 3 damage because you didn't take the bad day fight. So that day fight was actually the thing that cost you the game, not the night fight. It sounds a bit weird, in my opinion. the night fight where you didn't Fang Seward, that didn't cost you the game. I think it was the day fight that cost you the game. Yeah, you got 3 health back from feeding, but you didn't put down an encounter, so the hunters aren't hurt. The hunters had healed, so they're slightly more equipped, and then they actually did a lot of damage to you, because in the end, you had strength, and strength was probably the best play because it's defensive. Yeah, sometimes they just escape, but then you're not taking damage. At the end of the day, if Dracula takes damage, he loses. That's kind of the way it works. So as hunters can, Dracula has the bigger pool of health, but obviously the hunters all combined have more health than him by quite a long way, and also the fact that hunters can heal more effectively. Dracula can only heal by feeding, which can only happen once a week, and by desecrated soil. And even then, did you have a desecrated soil this game? No, and it's got to mature, so it's got to wait a whole week for it to mature, which is really awkward. So your 15 health is so incredibly valuable. So you've got to be really careful, and it's all about risk and reward. You can be aggressive. I've got nothing against, it's not my style of play most of the time. Sometimes I am aggressive, sometimes it depends on the situation, but I've got nothing wrong with being aggressive, because it can definitely work. Especially, I've seen it before. I've been in games where I've been the hunters where it's happened, where you get a 7-point mature at the beginning, and you kill a hunter, because it can easily happen. You bite Mina, or you kill Van Helsing, or whatever. Then suddenly, like, oh crap, the hunters are 10 points down already, and it's only like middle of the second week or whatever. And they're treading on eggshells for the entire game, because they can't. If they let a single thing mature, that's it, game over. So I've got nothing wrong with Dracula's being a little bit more aggressive, but just be aware of again, what's worst case scenario? It's about that balance of risk and reward. If you take a little bit of damage, but you end up killing the hunter, that could be worth it. It might be worth it. It depends on what happens then after that. If that was a hunter that had critical events or a critical item like a stake, and was going to need it to stake a vampire 2 turns later or something, yeah, then it could work. But if you're just killing somebody who hasn't really got a lot of stuff, are those 3 points worth it, or how many points you get depending on what stage of the game? I don't know. It's very tricky, and there's not a correct answer. It all depends on the context of the game. So yeah, I think in general, it was a quick game. In general, I said not as bad as you thought it was. I think it's actually okay. But yeah, it can happen. I had the last 2 games I've played, which you'll see on the upcoming Friday. Yeah, the same thing. You work so hard to get yourself into a situation, but you still know the hunters can just jump onto me and then I'm dead. So you just gotta watch your guard the entire time. So it's interesting. But anyway, so hopefully this helps. I hope everyone, hope this helps Strider, and I hope everyone watching enjoyed this too. Well done, Pizzawizard, for winning. Obviously that'll he'll be happy with that, no doubt about it. And decent victory in the end. It was 5 points. Could have been way worse for the hunters, but in the end, decent victory from his side. And yeah, it's all just about improving. Just as long as you're willing to learn, then the competition is definitely a good place to be, and you're really going to see people playing at their very, very best, which is really good to see. But anyway, so I'm going to stop the video now. I'm going to stop rambling. I don't know how long I've been going for. Probably about, double the length of the original video, right? That's pretty on the par for me then. I'm going to stop. Take care, everybody. Hopefully I'll be able to catch some more Strider games another day. I'm going to bed because I've had like 7 hours of Fear of Dracula, so I'm going to bed. But take care, everybody. And I'll see you in the next episode very soon. Bye-bye.